What I would tell my younger self if I had the chance to go back. Welcome back to the channel, or for the first time. I'm Juliana, Wellbeing Mentor. And on this channel, we will be discussing all things well-being, the wellness of your body, of your mind, and of your soul. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and click on that bell to make sure that you get notified when new resources are uploaded for you. Today, we are having a quick, really informal, quick chat about the wisdom that I've collected in my life so far and what I wish I could tell my younger self if I could go back in time, kind of like some life hacks. So a little about me, I really enjoy being a detective, investigating and finding out alternative information. I love discovering different ways to solve problems, really. And it's probably why I really, really love traveling, because I get to be exposed to new ways of thinking, new cultures and new paradigms. And well, being a well-being mentor, well-being mentorship is kind of like that for me. That's why I'm so passionate about it. It's connecting with another person and discovering and deciphering together where their confusion, their chaos and imbalances may be hiding that are blocking them really from feeling how they want to feel and living how they want to live. So it's very similar to life coaching. But I like to think of it as more collaborative. I'm teaching a person life skills so that they then can have the tools to live whatever experiences come their way with less of that chaos and more of the knowing of how to go back to the basics of finding their balance, their clarity, and really their own personal way to find their joy. Mentorship is really beyond life coaching. So to segue into now our life hacks, here's a concept that I think I really wish somebody would explain to me at the beginning. And it is that we are never taught how our beautiful minds work, how the whole package of us works. And the truth is that the mind has gotten a bad rap. It's either brilliant and should be adhered to at all time, or it's a monkey, kind of monkey mind, to be handled like some out of control tornado that wreaks havoc. And truthfully, it's neither. We just haven't read the manual, so to speak, and to understand how it integrates with all of our other tools and instruments that we've come to this life with. So we just wing it truthfully, and it's an endless trial and error cycle that many of us never break out of until something happens to make us stop. Usually it's a traumatic event, like a divorce or separation or a death or a loss of some sort, something dramatic that finally causes us to stop and start to see and ask, what the hell have I been doing? Why am I feeling so trapped? But then either people fall back into the same cycle because it's scary to look on the other side of that door because we've lived safe, in a sense, with the paradigms that we've grown up with and the belief systems that society and our surroundings has given us. And then there are other people that are just kind of coasting along, no major blips really in their lives, but they start to feel uncomfortable, like something is off. And it usually starts to get to us around middle age, and that's why the dreaded midlife crisis. And again, it's so confusing. You can't think through it because in societal terms, everything is fine. I should be grateful to have the house and the picket fence and the yard and the car and the dog and everything else. But there is still something that's gnawing at you because there's something off. And this is where people sometimes overreact. They react instead of responding. And I know that we've talked about this, and if not, I'll link a video up above about more about this awareness. But they make rash decisions in reaction to the event or the uncomfortable feelings that they can't understand, and then get left in the aftermath far worse than they were to begin with. All because they didn't first take the time to be more aware of what was coming to the surface, to be looked at, to be pondered, to be considered. And this is where the mind and the soul can come together and work in unison for the betterment of the person. So my two main life hacks are, aside from knowing that concept, is that I wish I knew back in the day, and I wanted to really share this with all of you so that it might illuminate some life hacks for yourself. And the first one is remember and maybe discover for the first time what brings you peace and what brings you joy. And they're two very different lists of things. And I can't tell you how many times I speak with adults and they have no idea what those are. But you can discover these together. And once you're really clear on these things and commit to adding them consistently into each day, it will begin an incredible journey of really knowing you. And the answers to those big questions like, what is my purpose in life and what am I supposed to be doing here, and all of these other big questions, the answers will come much easier once you start that intimate relationship with yourself. And that's number one, knowing yourself. Number two, give yourself space every day to go into yourself and feel. There are so many distractions out there, and yet there are so many messages and signals that are trying to get into our awareness. We just don't listen or sit still enough to be aware of. We wait too long, and the messages have no other way but to get louder and to get more disruptive. Not because it's some sort of punishment, but just so that we'll stop finally for a moment, kind of snap out of that autopilot that we're in and just notice. And that is a key one. So I'm really curious, what are some things you wish you knew back when you were a kid, when you were younger? I'd love to know. Please comment and share these with the rest of us, these tidbits of wisdom that you've gathered along the way. Because remember, together we are better. Until our next sharing, have a wonderful day. And remember that your wisdom and your truth is within you. You are the teacher, the guide, and the master of your own life. And it's time to embrace it.